What's up, YouTube? Von Flesh here, back at it again with some redstone wizardry. Let's start by talking about this thing behind me. It's a hopper clock design I came up with, capable of a cycle time double that of the popular Etho hopper clock. No shade, Etho. Love what you do. Now, with only one item, a full cycle takes 1.5 seconds, and a complete 5 stacks with minimal lag takes up to 8 minutes and 30 seconds to complete a full cycle, compared to half a second up to 4 minutes 15 seconds for an Etho timer. I'm about to get into some nitty-gritty redstone details here, so if that's not your thing, skip ahead to the build section, I suppose. If any of the following confuses you, I'd suggest subscribing, checking out some of my upcoming videos where I'll be delving into the lowest level mechanics of redstone and explaining how and why it works so anyone can make crazy contraptions of their own. Alright, let's get started. How does it work? Hopper 1 begins with at least one item inside. The comparator reads this, locking Hopper 2 until Hopper 1 is completely empty. A locked hopper will accept pushed items, but will not pass them on until unlocked. Once Hopper 1 is empty, Hopper 2 unlocks and begins to pass its contents to Hopper 3, which becomes locked when Hopper 2 receives its first item. This continues with Hopper 3 passing into Hopper 4, and then 4 passing into 1, where the cycle begins anew. Left as is, this cycle will continue as long as chunks are loaded, and if chunks are unloaded, will automatically resume when the chunks are reloaded. Let's start simple here. How do we build it? You'll need an area measuring 6 blocks in both the X and Y direction, but only the cross shape in the middle will actually be used. You'll need the following materials, all pretty easy to achieve even early in the game. 4 repeaters, 4 comparators, 4 hoppers, 4 redstone dust, and 4 solid blocks. That's all. Start by placing 4 hoppers facing into each other like this. You can place them either direction, clockwise or counterclockwise, but be careful as this affects the rest of the build. I'm building with them facing counterclockwise in all my examples. Now take your comparator and place it facing away from the hopper, facing sideways on each side. Place any solid block at the output of the comparator. Next, place a repeater facing into the other hopper on each side. And lastly, place a redstone dot between the repeater and the solid block. And you've done it. Place some items in and watch them spin around. But wait, there are plenty of add-ons that can go along with this design beyond just going in a circle, including manual shutoffs, single outputs, short pulse outputs, quad outputs, and even pulse doubling. A simple lever powering any one of the iron blocks, or the redstone dust will stop the cycle from continuing until said lever is turned off. A lever is not specifically required, and any continuous redstone signal of any strength will do. This can be achieved with a lever, a pressure plate, daylight sensor, tripwire, T flip-flop, or even a simple redstone torch or block. How would you take a single output from this? Simply take a redstone line out from any one of the 4 sides if pulse length is not an issue. Simple as that. Good for use with, dispensers, doors, something you don't care if they stay open or on a little while. For a pulsed output, replace your redstone line with a rising edge monostable circuit. This is great for use with pistons, short flashes of light from a lamp, briefly powering some rails, or even secret doors you might not want to stay open for that long. As for quad outputs, any of the single output or pulse output methods can be applied to up to all 4 sides of the system, allowing for 1, 2, 3, or even 4 separate outputs at different times. This is great for reducing lag with farms, firing dispensers, or flashing lights in sequence, as the signals are guaranteed to never get out of sync. To create a double pulse, you have 2 options. First, you can take the output from 2 opposing hoppers and send them to the same redstone line. This is the easiest method, but doesn't get the longest possible delay between pulses. To get the longest delay, you'll need to build a little and make your circuit look like this. This add-on requires 3 slabs, 3 solid blocks, 7 redstone, 1 button, and 2 redstone torches. To get started, you'll need to swap the positions of the solid block and the redstone dot on the side prior to the output you want to double, so the comparator feeds into the redstone. Starting with the comparator after the output you want to double, build an upside down L shape onto the solid block. Next, place 3 slabs over the top, followed by a solid block over the repeater on the opposite side. Cover this whole top in redstone, and then place the final redstone on the solid block below. Place one of your redstone torches underneath the L shape you built, and the second on the block above so that it turns off. Place your button on the same block as the lower torch. Finally, take a redstone line from the higher torch and send it off to whatever the delay is controlling. And there you have it, a new hopper timer. Thanks for watching. Von Flush, out.